Today I'm playing at the Diamond Country Club Ottenstein, located in Lower Austria. The Diamond Country Club Ottenstein is one of Austria's leading courses. The course is playing 5,900 meters from the yellow tees, which we are playing today, that are roughly 6,450 yards. So let's get it started. Hole number 1, par 4, 340 meters, 370 yards. It's a really welcoming starting hole. You have trouble on the left hand side, but the world to the right. I missed the fairway with my t-shirt, though I was left with around 100 meters into the green from the second cut. I was a little bit between clubs, so I decided to go with a smooth gap wedge to avoid a flyer. Pin was on the right half of the green, and attacking it was a little bit tricky because of the bushes you see on the right side. All stayed on the green by inches, but left me with quite a tricky putt. 2-putting would be great, but everything screams 3-putt. And now you can see why, because in the middle of the green is quite a severe slope. And the greens were running really nicely, so my first putt was a little bit too low. Second putt was a little bit longer than I hoped for, but I put quite a good stroke on it, just finishing up a little bit shy of the hole. 3-putting from where we started on the green is okay for me, and now we are heading to hole number 2. And now we are off to hole number 2, next par 4, 370 meters this time, so 400 yards. I once again decided to go with my hybrid of the tee, just to get the ball safely into play, and I accepted to have a longer shot into the green.
...250. 140 zur Fahne.
T-shirt ended up in the fairway, so everything's fine. We were left with around 140 meters into the green. Ball below my feet. I decided to go with a soft 8-iron. Maybe it cuts a little bit to the left side, what would be nice. I aimed for the right portion of the green, but it stayed straight, so we were ending up just a little bit right of the green, but quite pin high. Now we are left with quite a basic chip shot. Green runs a little bit away, but we have plenty of space to play the shot. And it was an okay chip, left me with a little bit of a longer putt, but I hoped to save par here. Broke a little bit more than I thought, pace was a little bit too slow, but the next bogey is in the books. And now we are on hole number 3, the next par 4, so you are starting with 3 consecutive par 4s. This time 280 meters, what are 310 yards. Hole number 3 is on dogleg left with a half island green. So tee shot is more about placing, and I thought 4 iron would be perfect. This was a little bit of a mistake because a not so well struck 4 iron brings short left and water into play. It would be better to hit my hybrid or even the 3-wood, because a long right, long left is way more space. After finding the water with my T-ball, I had to drop, and there I made a little bit of a mistake. I should have gone back in extension of the crossing point and pin to drop my ball on the fairway. Instead, I dropped it in the rough. Was left with around 115 meters, and yeah, ball was sitting down, and it's quite unpredictable what will happen. I decided to go with the gap wedge, struck the ball nicely and hit the green, but it was quite a gamble. What will happen? Could have ended up short, but also could have catched the flyer and flew the green. Ball ended up at the front portion of the green. Didn't see much break in this putt. Was a little bit uphill, so pace was everything I had to manage. Stroke was okay, not the best. I think I pushed it a little bit, and the green broke to the left side. Speed was a little bit off, but easy 2-putt. I took my medicine after hitting the first ball into the water, and now we are 3 over after 3. Before we continue, it's time for a little bit of a real talk. Now, pop it up to full screen. You watched the video this far and aren't subscribed to the channel? Shame on you. Make sure you follow this channel just right down below. You liked the video but didn't push the like button? Even worse, like this video if you like my content. And if you have any ideas or suggestions for the future, let me know in the comment section what you want to see. But now, back to the play. And off we are to our first par 5 of the day, hole number 4, 440 meters, so 480 yards. It's a quite straightforward par 5. So a tee shot called the tree on the right hand side and bounced out into the second cut. Lie was not the best, way below my feet. I decided to go with a pitching wedge just to get it back into play and take out of bounds on the left hand side out of play. After getting it back into play, I decided to go with my 6-iron because middle of the green was around 165 meters and it ended up just a little bit shy of it in the bunker. So my search shot ended up in the front right bunker who protects the green. It's quite a basic bunker shot, no big lip to overcome and a lot of green to work with. Shot came out quite nicely and I was really pleased with the result. So we had the chance to par this hole with a 4 feet putt. Now we are on hole number 5, first par 3 of the day, 155 meters, so 170 yards. I decided to go with my 7-iron, drawing it from the tall trees on the left hand side.
Go down.
Didn't find my tee shot, so had to drop. Now playing my third shot on this par 3, chipping around 25 to 30 meters to the flag. Was an okay chip, didn't went as far as I hoped for, but we have a good bogey chance. So come on, looks good, but Golfing Gods decided not today, burn the edge, and it's our first double of the day. And now we are on to our next par 4, hole number 6, 310 meters, 340 yards. The hole turns from left to right following the pond. I decided to go with my 4-iron off the tee. The trees in the distance are around 200 to 220 meters away, so staying short of them was my goal. But I put my tee shot a little bit, what brought all the trouble on the right hand side into play.
Go. Go.
After mourning a lot while leaving the tee box, it turned out everything's fine. Ball was just 2 meters short of the fairway, was left with 100 meters to the flag, so green light. Strike was okay, played for the left portion of the green because everything slopes left to right. My second shot barely made it onto the green. but we are putting. Putt slopes are quite severe from left to right, as earlier mentioned, but I completely underread my line, ended up way right from the pin and was left with a little stinker, but hopefully I can just clean up for the first par of the day. "330 meters, 360 yards, hole number 7. Yes, you guessed it right, it's impossible. Once again, I was hitting my hybrid of the tee. Finding the fairway is key. Everything is sloping a little bit left to right, but given the fact that it was heavily raining the last few days, this wasn't a real issue. Tee shot ended up in the middle of the fairway. I was left with around 130 meters. What's a little bit between clubs, but I decided to go with my pitching wedge. I assumed the pin is in the middle of the green, and here it was a little bit of an issue of not knowing the course. I assumed short left would be the miss, but instead it would be short right. I aimed a little bit left of the green, playing for a little draw. Didn't draw as much as hoped, and though I was aiming up in the bunker left of the green, short-sided to the pin. And now we are facing a prime example of an uncommitted swing. I really was afraid of blading the ball over the green, so I just stepped on it. It didn't go far, ended up short of the green. Now we have to chip. All slopes away downhill, left to right. And yeah, ended up quite okay. Saved bogey here, but have to remember when playing here again, the miss is short right, not left.
Na, das ist es 8 genug. 8 über noch 7.
450 meters, 490 yards, that's what you are facing on hole number 8. Par 5, everything's uphill, so it plays a little bit longer. Once again, hitting my hybrid off the tee, getting the ball into play, and accepting the fact that I'm not attacking the green with my second shot. Once again, middle of the fairway, but because of hitting a hybrid off the tee, I wasn't able to attack the green with my second shot. So I decided to take a 9-iron and lay up and attack the green as planned with a wedge.
gewesen. Ich finde den aber relativ clever in die Hügel rein.
For my third shot, I was left with around 100 meters, so a nice good wedge number because it's a little bit uphill. Strike was fine, but I pulled my wedge a little bit and I thought it might trickle down the right hand side of the green.
Ooh, no. Get down!
And again, a lot of complaining because of nothing. We hit the green in regulation, but we are facing a 10-meter putt for birdie. Putt isn't the easiest, it's going uphill and then slopes downhill to the hole, and we have a double breaker. It starts breaking left to right, and in the end it's turning to the left again. And now, after setting up all the excuses, you will see I got caught up in just thinking about the line and forgot about the pace, and I managed to leave my putt around halfway to the hole, and now facing a 5-meter putt for par.
Oh no.
Now finishing the front 9 with a par 3. Hole number 9 is 155 meters, so 170 yards long. I decided to go with my 6-iron to attack the pin in the back portion of the green. I got away with my sin of the tee. I hit the green in the front left portion, but to be honest, it's probably the worst spot to end up with today's pin position. You have to go over some severe slope and everything sloping left to right. It's a little bit of a hidden hope, ending up judging the slope quite nicely. It just lacked a little bit of pace. But in consideration with my starting point, I'm quite happy to have a reasonable length par putt. And with finishing up this putt for bogey on 9, we are done with the front 9 at Diamond Course Ottenstein. Currently I'm 10 over. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please like, subscribe and comment down below. And I hope to see you in part 2, the back 9.